Hello, my wonderful Aquariuses. Welcome back to Vovo Drag Tarot. I, of course, am Joni Vovo, a drag performer based in Sydney's inner west in Sydney, Australia. And apologies, my housemates are downstairs. We just came back from a gig and everyone's a bit excitable. And they're debriefing from the night's activities. So if you hear any squeals, laughter, just general shrieking, that's what's going on. They may bust into the room and just interrupt the video, but we'll just keep going. Also, my cat's here being very sooky, wanting attention. So there's a lot going on tonight, but I'm keen to get this video done. Oh, okay. So Aquarius, if Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising, this video is for you. Also, I'm doing a reading for the general collective, so whoever's watching on. So just take what messages and stories resonate with you and leave the rest for someone else who might be watching on. I am using a Rider-Waite deck, and I'll be doing a Celtic Cross, looking at your current situation, your challenge, some general advice, and a potential outcome. Pardon me. And also to say, while I do look at what's coming up in the future and a potential outcome, you are a sovereign being and have your own heart, mind, and intuition to make your own goddamn choices. So just use this as a chance for you to perhaps have a bit more clarity and insight about your situation. Sound good? Yeah. All right. Well, let me give it one more shuffle. How you going, Azuki? Good pussycat. Okay, Aquarius, you ready? Your current situation. 3 of Wands. So, thank you, Azuki. Thank you. So 3 of Wands is very much you waiting for your ships to come in. So you're ready to move on. You're looking for the next step in your journey, the next pathway forward. You're ready to leave something behind and move to something new. But you're kind of in that middle space where either you have to wait for something to come in, wait for something to end, or you're waiting for the pathway forward to open for you. So it's not necessarily stuck energy. It's just a time where you've made a decision to move, and unfortunately it requires a bit of patience because you're waiting for some clarity to come in, or you're waiting for a door to open or a pathway to open. But it's good. It's hopeful. It's open. It's generally good energy. All right, immediate past. Knight of Wands. Interesting. So we start with 3 of Wands, going back to Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very passionate. So they rush in. Their heart is on their sleeve. They pursue what thrills them, what excites them, what gives them energy in life. And, you know, they'll easily invest and be open in whatever situation they throw themselves into. Yeah, a lot of people read this card in certain ways about being a bit of a player, here today, gone the next. But because I feel that this is for you, I would just say that perhaps in your past you've been a bit happy-go-lucky and you've just tried anything. So if there was some opportunity before you were like, yes, I'll give that a go. Or if someone asked you to do something, you'd be like, yes, I'm here, I'm there, I'm available, let's do it. It was upside down, which means that perhaps you have maybe burnt yourself out a little. Maybe you've spread yourself too thin. You've tried this, you've tried that, you've done this, you've done that, you've done this, you've done that. And because the next card was the 3 of Wands, perhaps you're wanting something that's a bit more definite, rather than you just being open to everything, left, right, and center. You're looking for some clear direction forward, rather than just throwing your energy at whatever's available to you. You want something that's maybe in a bit more alignment with yourself, who you want to be, and what direction you want to go in. All right. So what's coming up? All right. Looks like you're a little stressed about this. So I suppose you kind of realize that this isn't sustainable. That if you bounce around from job to job, friend to friend, I don't know, home to home. You're like, oh, okay, I don't have a lot of stability here. I don't have a clear path before me. Maybe you don't even have a clear sense of self. And maybe all of this turbulence, while it can be fun and exciting, maybe it's now causing you a bit of distress. And you're like, all right, where do I land? Where do I land? I'm jumping from this to that, to this to that. I need to land somewhere. There needs to be something solid under my feet. And so, yeah, you're wanting to move out of this place of distress and stress, wanting something solid. All right, let's look at the cross energy. And perhaps you've had a lot of changes in your life. Perhaps you've had to change jobs, change homes, change relationships, change, I don't know, change what you're studying. Perhaps you've had a lot of transitions and you've probably faced them really, really well. You're like, okay, I've got this. Okay, I've got this. Okay, I've got this. But you're like, oh, please, can things slow down? Can things stop shifting and changing? Please, I can't keep doing this. Okay. So a challenge you're facing in this, Page of Swords upside down. So the pages are very much the student of the deck. They ask questions, they learn, they observe, they absorb information. And it came in upside down. So it looks like your challenge here is, so the knight acts without thinking. So I think you've been very reactive. You've been like, okay, problem, face it. So, problem, solution, let's do it. Whereas I feel like you're being asked to slow down, stop being reactive, take some time out, think things over, observe, process, see what's ahead of you, and maybe, like, because this was upside down, it's like you're very much avoiding doing this. You don't want to stop, slow down, think. Maybe come up with a strategy, come up with a plan. Don't, like, move from things happening to you to a position where you're like, okay, this is what's in front of me. I'm going to make a choice to move through it rather than the situation dictating how I'm going to move through it, if that makes sense. So that's your challenge. All right, what you're aware of about the situation. Oh, okay. Okay, Wands and Swords is where we're at. So Two of Swords is about making a decision. It was upside down, which means you're stuck in indecision. Or you either don't know which decision to make, or what I think is, because you're so used to navigating by this, you're like, what needs my attention? That's my decision. What's urgent? That's my decision. Or even, what's the most fun and exciting and interesting? That's my decision. It looks like you've very much been allowing everything around you to choose your path for you. And that's put you in a place where you're not making the decisions here. You're not choosing where you put your time and energy and effort. You're just, again, being very, very reactive. And you're aware of this. You're aware that you probably feel a bit out of control. And what you're being called to is slowing down, observing, and we haven't had any cards yet about being more in control. I have a feeling something like the Emperor or the Chariot might come out, but we'll see. But you need to move back to a position where you're making the decisions and the choices about your own life. All right. What you don't know or are unaware of about the situation, Justice upside down. So this is probably adding to your worry and, the mind loops that you're stuck in. You probably feel that you having to be so reactive, you're probably a bit disgruntled about this. There's probably a part of you where you're starting to have a bit of resentment building up, where you're like, I had to do that. This situation meant I had to do that. So I think part of taking this time out and reflecting is going to be process what's going here underneath. If there's something you think that's not fair, and you're having some sort of deeper feelings about it, then you need to make a decision on how to face this. So anyway, it looks like this is what's going on deeper underneath. There might be some sort of building resentment of you feeling like you had to do things and didn't have a choice in the situation. All right, general advice. 2 of Wands. Interesting. So we had the 3 of Wands, where like I said, that's where you're already ready to move on, but the way forward isn't open yet. The general advice is you have to take a step back. The 2 of Wands is the step before the 3 of Wands, where you're very much contemplating your current situation. And, you know, we've had indecision, we've had stress, worry, and concern, we've had injustice and resentment. So it looks like you need to process where you're currently at first. Particularly because you're not going to know the way forward if you don't know what you're leaving. You might realize certain things about your current situation. You might be like, actually, I don't want to work in this job. Actually, I don't want to live there. Actually, I don't want to offer this assistance to, you know, this friend or whatever in that way. So I think you need to do a bit of self-reflection about yourself and the choices you're making. Because once you've done that, you'll know what future choices you do actually want to make. So spend some time contemplating where you are. How did you get there? Why are you doing what you're doing? What do you want to change into the future so that you can call that future, you know, into your current situation? Oh, Aquarius, how are we doing? Let's look at the external factors. The star! I love the star. So I suppose this kind of ties the whole thing together. The star asks you to question, what are you doing and why are you doing it? And that question can be hard to answer sometimes. But this is very much, the star is what gets you out of bed in the morning and gives you some drive. What is your drive? What are you wanting to move towards? Again, we've had 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands. Current situation, what do you want to move towards? The star. Think about what gets you out of bed in the morning. What excites you? What drives you? What's important to you? This is going to be very helpful for you in reflecting on your current situation and discovering your future direction. Love it. Okay, so I've forgotten the next card. I always do this, but it'll come to me. Hopes and fears. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. So, I mean, right back here, where you're being very reactive and charging into every situation, your hope and fear is that you want to see things with clarity. So if you look at what's currently in front of you and you look at your future and potential options, you want to know which one is going to be the right one, the right fit for you, the one that's going to align with your purpose. You don't want to waste time with things that are an illusion, I guess. So, you know, there might be a job that promises you all sorts of wonderful things, but at the end of the day, it could all just be guff. And you want to see things for what they are, so you can make the right choices that align with your higher self and higher purpose. That's a wonderful hope, but I can also understand why you're apprehensive about it. All right, final card, potential outcome. Again, make your own choices. Ready? 10 of Pentacles. Okay. So maybe this aligns back to your purpose, what you're wanting to move on to. So this whole reading has been swords, wands, and 1 cup. There's been a lot of like mental energy going on, like passion, drive, and action energy. This is the first pentacle we've had. So Pentacles is, and Ten of Pentacles is all about stability, just peace, having just everything in order. Yeah, the Knight of Wands is not about the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is, yeah, definitely moving away from all this chaos and moving to something that is a bit more solid, that can be reliable. And this is the ground. I said back at the start, you're looking for something solid to stand on. Your future, if you work through your current situation and what's going on, it's going to lead you to that solid ground that you're looking for. I love tarot. What can I say? All right, Aquarius. Quick look at the bottom of the deck. Yes, success. Okay, ending of something. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Might have to do some shadow work. There might be some romance in the future. Oh, yeah. There's some more work ahead of you to do, but it looks like this is what's important to you at the moment. So process where you're at. Maybe put in some boundaries. Make decisions for yourself, not based on the situation or other people. You've got this, okay? All right, Capricorn. I'm sorry. Aquarius. I'm getting tired. It's late. Aquarius. I hope that reading was helpful. Please leave comments below. Would love your feedback. Otherwise, hit like, hit subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you next time, my loves. Bye.